our project Studio Sales Analysis, which aims to provide a solution to one of the topmost running brand studio. I believe that this is worth discussing with you as it can improve the various aspects of our client company studio as well as various aspects of the customers. Firstly, I would like to thank you all for being here with us today. Let's start by introducing our strong pillars. Us as a team of three. Siddharth Srikumar is our team leader, Minu Thomas is a developer, and myself, Catherine Florence, and I am the data analyst of the team. Firstly, let us move through the table of contents, which mainly includes introduction, objectives which give a brief description of the company, background, in and out of scopes, outcomes and benefits. Later, we move through the most important part, that is the business process visualization, which mainly presents before you various sub-process which is included in the project, activities and control through a swimming presentation. It can also make you understand the process flow for the easy interpretation and analysis. Next, we move through the execution plan, where provides a roadmap for the design development and the strategies that our team will implement to achieve the project objectives. Our execution plan covers the milestones and tasks to achieve as well as the resources to make the project successful. Later, we go through the 4 key points in ethics and management plans, which is confidentiality, honesty, quality, and transparency. Finally, it is a timeline where we give reasonable time estimate for each task. Here we set important dates or milestones that mark the end of one phase and the beginning of the next phase. Coming to the background of the project, Studio Fashion is a mass market brand and the value format, offering a separate fashion destination to every categories of people. It was launched in the year 1998 in India as part of Tata Group and Trend Limited. One of the factors that distinguish it from other companies that the supply of good quality materials at cheaper prices, for which even a common man can lead a fashionable life. Thus, it becomes widely accepted by the people all over India. Well, contrary to the initial rush they had, now they are facing certain challenges in order to expand their sales. This company had decided to come up with new design variation to meet customer demand and to predict future trends. Here is our main 2 objectives. The first and important objective is to improve the sales from customer feedback. Apart from that, we collect data from the historical sales data as well as from other data sources like internet, other public resources as well as the current market trends. This we are able to make useful insights which helps us in achieving the further objectives of our project. All these data collection can pave way for our second objective, that is to conduct a predictive analysis for determining the future trends for the sustenance of the brands in India and to get widespread. Now we are going to discuss about the in and out of scopes, outcomes and benefits and all other which I discussed in the table of contents.
Hi, good afternoon. My name is Siddharth Srikumar and I am the project manager of this project. Before moving on to the rest of the presentation, I would like to thank Catherine for giving a brief rundown of this project, Studio Sales Analysis. So now, continuing with the presentation, I am going to give a brief knowledge on the in-scopes and out-scopes, outcomes and benefits, and also about the visualization technique used to present the flow of our project. So firstly, the in-scopes include Analyzing historical sales data, which means analyzing the previous year's studio sales data. Then identify ideal location to start a new outlet for studio. And the next one is acquire customer data sets from the customer data that was acquired. After that, visualize the sales in different regions. This will also help us to understand about an ideal location to start a new outlet for Zudio. And lastly, predict future trend. Now the outscopes are deploying the predictive model globally and making new product with a global trend. So the main outcomes of this project will be meeting the customer demands and also rating the company in specific location and bringing their new outlets in the best location. And the key benefits from this project will be that the company may benefit from increase in sales with new varieties in the lowest price and expansion of the business to a new locations. So these are the outcomes and benefits that are to be expected from our project. So now, coming to the visualization part, we have used swim lane diagram to make the client easily understand about the flow of our processes. So the flow of our process starts from acquiring client data, customer data from the clients. So this customer data will include the customer feedbacks and also like about the customer information. So the background about the customers and all. So also we will conduct some market research and get some data from them, and also collecting historical sales data from the internet. So all these data will be then stored into a database. From the database, we will filter out the customer feedbacks from the customer data sets acquired from the client, and then we will check if the customer feedbacks meets comes under our scopes. Then we will start developing the concept. If it comes under our scope, then we will start developing the concept and then design the product. After designing the product, we will start a quality check for that product, and then if it's successful, then we will launch the product. If it's not successful, then we will again design the product and starts with the preparations again. So after launching the product, we will then analyze the sales from the sample product. If it's a success, then it comes to an end. If it's not a success, then we will start developing a new concept, like building a new market strategies. So what is a swim lane diagram and why is the best technique for our project? So a swim lane diagram is a perfect method for visualizing a process as it is an easy and comprehensive and which gives anyone a more concrete idea about what the visualizer is conveying. Also, this is a more suitable method for our process as the flow is distributed among different categories of process, that is from data collection to market.
Thank you, Srikumar, for your presentation. Before moving to the next section, let me introduce myself. I am Meena Thomas, and I am into the development phase of this project. Let me give a brief introduction about the tools used here. And Python is a programming language that we use here. This language allows us to access a large variety of tools. That is, scikit-learn. It's one of the simple and efficient tool for predicting data analytics, accessible to everybody and is readable in various contexts. This tool is built in NumPy, SciPy, and Matplotlib, so allowing us to develop, model, and visualize it. Next one is the Power BI. It is an online service that helps you transform, analyze, and visualize data quickly and easily. As Catherine has explained in the first section, our main two objective is to analyze the sales data and secondly to predict the future trends. So these can be executed through the steps that I explain now. We have all the execution plan here from first till last. Let me explain it very clearly using the flow chart given here. Collection of data. This includes collecting data from customers, adding the Zudio historical sales data to it, and the new market trends. Now, our data is good. This we have collected from public resources and internet. So, this includes missing data or any unknown data. Thus, it is very important to clean data. So, next step is pre-processing. For that, we use Python scikit-learn to clean the data. Now our data is ready for analysis. This data is given to a model for prediction. Firstly, we have to train it and then test it until it reaches its maximum efficiency to give us the results. And this comes in a loop. Next is the visualization part. The trained data is visualized graphically using Matplotlib and Power BI, and at last a report is generated to pass on to the client. That's all about the execution plan. Now moving on to the ethics and the data management plan. We have the 4 major ethics and plans for that. First one is the confidentiality. We acknowledge our strict duty of confidentiality as a non-disclosure agreement that would be signed by all the team members. Next one is honesty. We will ensure the observance of ethical practices demonstrating respect, honesty, and dignity. Quality. Value is always present in our thinking. We undertake to use holistic analytic strategies and repeatable process. Transparency. We will thoroughly explain and document our analysis in detail for the client. We will be transparent in all our activities. Next section is timeline. These include all the major stages in our project. June 2nd was our acceptance of a project charter. On June 4th, was the requirement phase and we collected all the data including the customer data, historical sales data, and the market trend. The next was on June 19th, and on June 19th we designed our model, we designed our project flow chart and undergo a process. And moving on to the next, it is development phase. On June 25th, we completed the development phase, and on that day itself we released that phase. After all the agreements that we have given to the client was satisfied with the project and the requirements. It meets the requirements as well as the design that they have opted for. On June 30th, we will present our data, and on June 10th, we will hand over our deliverables, and on July 30th, we will close our project. Thank you. That's the end of this slide. Thank you all.